No! No! I don't want to eat my Brussels sprouts! No, I gotta do my thing. Hey, when are we starting?
Now.
Oh, hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Mad Men with the Box, your most unorthodox Doctor Who podcast. We got a banger for you today. Yeah, so let's get into it. We got Chris down below, our favorite Aussie.
Hello. G'day.
And we got Pixel. So, getting into it, we're starting off with some news. I heard a little rumor, kind of from the person we're talking about, that Martha might be coming back.
Martha Jones may be returning.
I thought you meant Martha, like from, I don't know, Superman or Batman.
Why'd you say that name?
The doctor just strangling like a Dalek. Why did you say that name?
Man.
Anyway, yes. From William Who. Yes. Fremo's basically asked, I guess I can play it, but I need to mute myself for a second. So give me one moment. So that way we don't have an echo.
To be honest, we don't hear anything anyways. So did you forget to press? There you go.
I don't know what to say. I think that, let's just wait and see what happens. Sorry.
Let's just wait and see.
Maybe. That seems like a maybe. I don't know.
I'm excited for that. Dude, Freema is such an amazing actress. And Martha, please come back. I would love to see the Doctor. I would love to see Martha to see it. Like, do you think Martha would still like the Doctor even 15 years later and he's just like looking older?
He looks almost the same. Like almost the exact same.
Not really, but
almost.
You can kind of see the age.
A little bit, yeah.
Just a little bit. Like
Connor.
But I will say that I think that it's a little more than a maybe. I think that's a little more than, oh, well, maybe I'll appear. Let's just wait and see. Feels like, let's just wait and see. Pause.
Do you think, okay, hear me out. Do you think RTD could do like the most ballsy thing in the world and kill everyone? Just clear house of all the old people. Not old people, all his past castmates, just so they can be like, they can't come back, just so we can move on and move forward. Because people are never going to stop being like, we want them back. If he gets rid of them all, it's done.
What the
Probably
fuck?
Not. No, I don't think so.
Why not? I think that would be a really dope thing. Like, end the 60th anniversary special with just everyone dead.
No!
Except for Wilf. He will never die. Never.
Wow, what a cheery way to get ready for the Christmas special.
Merry Christmas.
Just kill everyone. No, I don't think he wouldn't do that.
I think
I feel like Martha could be coming back, because if we're talking about like companions that have come back, the only one from RTD's era was Jack.
Yeah,
Jack was the only one.
Did he come back though? Because like he just showed up and then just disappeared again.
He showed up, he disappeared, and then showed up one more time, and now disappeared forever.
It's like
because then even when we got to the companion like meetup, it was all like predominantly classic.
Yeah.
And then if anything from New Who was from Chibnall's era.
Well, because classic, they still need to make money because they didn't get paid hardly back then. New ones don't need to do that because they prove that they're acting worth, and they can actually continue to get money.
Jimmy, I think you should think about the words that you say sometimes.
That was pretty simple. They hardly paid TV stars back in the day.
But you were
Pretty cheap.
saying the way you said it made it sound like they didn't get to prove their acting worth back then. Which Mel argued, like she was the one robbed of most of them because she was unhappy with how they had her. That's why Big Finish, she loved doing that. And now she's back. Which you weren't here last week when we talked about Mel, were you?
I was in the.
He was busy eating, having
Me
dinner.
with Grandma.
My 80-year-old grandma was in town. What do you want me to do about that?
Tell it or wait.
Fight your grandma.
She is almost dead. Like, I need to spend some time with her. You know?
Well, it sounds like someone needs to make a Mephisto deal.
Yeah, I would, but
You don't have a wife. You don't have a wife and an upcoming kid.
Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about sand.
Okay.
It's coarse and rough. Gets everywhere.
Do you
Hate it.
hate sand? No, apparently there's a new sand sculpture dedicated to Doctor Who. I mean, it's for celebrating.
If it wasn't any good, I wouldn't have shared it. But like, it looks good.
No, it's impressive. It's very impressive. I can't do it.
Like, I mean, look, even Shooty. Look at, they have Shooty in the front. That's so cool. And you know what? He's got a new suit in this too. So, like, what do you expect?
That's
You
perfect.
can add sand suit to the list. Hell yeah.
Did you guys? I don't know. I don't know if I sent it to you guys or not. Did you guys see what
His
Shooty
new
said
outfit?
No, did you guys see what Shooty said in a recent interview?
No.
So he went in. I don't know where I saw this. I just remember reading it. He went in at the beginning to get his scripts, and then they started talking about costumes, and he goes, "Yeah, I want like a cool, iconic one, like all like if you look." He was like, "If you look at the past of all the Doctors, they have like a cool, iconic look, and I want that." And they were like, "Yeah, but we need to push it further. We need to make it even more." And they were like, "What do you mean by that?" And so now there's just multiple. That's why there's multiple.
That's using some. Like I read the same thing from Star Whovian. But basically he wasn't saying that it's bad that I have suits. He was saying that he was certain that he was going to get an iconic one, and then
I didn't say he thought it was bad. I'm just telling you why there's so many. Like, they just wanted to push it further.
Yeah. That actually brings me to a new picture with him in a t-shirt and jeans, but this could just be behind the scenes.
Jesus Christ, they get worse with every one, dude. Oh,
what are you talking about? I don't think that's a costume. I think he's just in a t-shirt and jeans.
No. That's an actual costume. He just took off his coat for it. It's like a black leather jacket, kind of like Nine had, but it's not as baggy. It's a little more fit.
I haven't seen that at all, and I don't see any pictures.
I'll go find it.
Go ahead.
I'm
waiting.
I'm okay with it. Don't listen to Jimmy.
Don't listen to Jimmy. It's cool. It's cool.
I can finally dress like him.
Let Chris live out his dreams, okay?
I want to be Shooty Gatwa.
That's what he wants.
So do I, dude. I mean, you gotta look at him. He's a good-looking motherfucker.
Jimmy, answer Connor's question right now.
Can you save me a slot? Shut up, dude. This is every week, man. He saves it for the podcast now. He doesn't we text every day. He doesn't even send that to me like when we're just normal talking now.
Yeah, because
He just saves
he's
it.
a weekly supporter.
What? No, he is. If I was in America, I'd say it.
What? Oh.
See you next Tuesday. I found it. Here you go. Setting it.
I'm waiting.
It's the third photo in.
Do. Okay.
So, anyways, yeah. Maranya said, "Wow, just wow." Jimmy, comics lost John Romita Sr. on Monday at the age of. Yeah, I know. I heard about that. Don't wish death on your 90-year. You're wishing death. She's 80, bro. What the hell are you talking about? She's not 90.
What I'm going to say is that Spider-Man just the world has lost the best Spider-Man artist of all time. It's over. We're done, boys. It's gone.
Of all time.
Of all time.
All time.
All time.
I could tell you. I can think of like 5 people who's better than John Romita Sr.
As a Spider-Man artist?
Yes.
You're insane. No.
Mark Bagley, just to name one instantly. Todd McFarlane.
No. No.
John
Romita.
Dude.
No.
Who? Not Jack Kirby. Fuck. What's his name? The original one. I forget his
The
name.
original guide, Steve Ditko?
Steve Ditko. Thank you.
Steve Ditko is not a better artist than John Romita Sr. I'm sorry.
I think so. I think so.
Well, then you're insane.
You think John Romita Sr. is better than Mark Bagley and Todd McFarlane?
I think for Spider-Man, he's the
Todd
best.
McFarlane was doing so good on Amazing Spider-Man. They gave him his own.
Really, it is really good. It is really good. No, I'm not saying he's a bad artist. I'm saying the best is John Romita Sr.
There we go. I'm the best. It's a spider saying man. All right. Todd, you ain't got shit on me.
Maranya,
go cry with your
go
spawn
back
money.
and look. Go back and look, Maranya. I definitely said 80.
And okay, yeah, I can see the jacket here. That's definitely a. I'm not sure I like this one. I'm going to admit
it's his unit costume. Whoa!
It's too casual, and it's not a really casual. It's not a really casual look, but it's too casual for.
Okay, I guess I'll be the one to say it's too gay. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Wow, Jimmy. First you insulted John Romita Sr. and now, okay.
Not gonna lie, I really like the jacket and I love the boots. Maybe change the fucking pants. I think it'd look better.
I'm trying to remember.
This was like in maybe 70s, and he was going for a biker look, or 70s, 80s, whatever. It would work. But out of the costumes we've gone so far, this is.
It looks like he's in modern time unit.
Yeah,
I think he's supposed to be. Yeah,
Bonnie Langford.
So he's still trying to look like in the 70s. Is that what you're saying?
No,
I'm just going with like biker. Like grease look.
It'd be better then.
It'd be better in that kind of era. But this is like, it's not a bad outfit. This is the tamest.
No, it definitely is a bad outfit.
No, it's fine, but it's too casual for a doctor.
Yeah,
dude, it's like the worst one. If this is a real costume, it's the worst costume Doctor Who's
No, because he still has the one that's brown on orange. It's a travesty.
You're right. That's one of the best. That's one of the best.
It's trash. But anyway,
you are so high, and also that's very British fashion too. It's so like you can't even make fun of it. That is British fashion.
Yes, every British person dresses a,
That's
professor.
right.
Have you guys seen any other TV show from the UK other than just Doctor Who?
According to Jimmy, all British people dress like Shooty's brown on orange costume, except for gay people. So just keep that in mind.
What the hell did you come up with that?
Anyway.
No, answer that. Where'd you come up with that?
You were just saying that this costume right before us is too gay.
I said that
You
as
were
a joke,
joking, yes. I'm joking too,
Bitch.
Jimmy. I'm teasing you.
bitch. You always change the conversation, like twist my conversation, whatever I say. That's what you do. You always twist whatever the fuck I say.
We're just
Jimmy, have a Snickers. You need to calm down.
no. Jimmy's still hungry, but he's still Jimmy. We're just teasing you, man. Just teasing you. I was the butt of the joke 2 weeks ago, so come on.
All right, moving on.
Moving on. That's right. Let's talk about another costume, which shows no way, man. No way. 60th anniversary. They're bringing him. You can see him.
Russell, you fucking genius. You absolute madman. I can't believe you've done it. I know I have to do it in that meme. I can't believe you've done that.
I can't believe you've done this.
Can't believe you've done that. Yes, finally, best companion.
God tier.
Jimmy, no words on this this glorious reveal.
I've already seen Happy Feet, and I don't need to watch it again.
Happy
Oh.
feet. Oh, the disrespect. The
Respect.
disrespect. Let's talk about the next exciting decisions by RTD. He's revealed the next villain, the Sun.
What is he, Mr. Burns? I'm going to blot out the sun.
I've come to blot out the Sun, Smithers. Yes, sir.
Did RTE just decide one? He just looked up the sky and just went,
I don't like you.
I don't like you.
Well, you have to remember, he is British.
Well, to be fair, if this was really British, the main enemy would have been a dentist.
I was going to say the clouds.
That too, yeah.
Are we not going to mention how Marania spelled shooty?
Judy. It's a letter off, isn't it?
No!
It's
Oh,
there's
that's right.
There's no D, there's no H. The N's missing, the T's missing.
I forget. It's late. I'm tired. Okay. So yes. Where was I? Oh yes, the Sun. That's it. Also,
Thanks,
let's
Jimmy.
talk about the fact it's been 16 years apparently since Blink.
Finlay Robertson, who played Larry in Blink. 16 years, Jesus Christ. Still holds
And he
up.
actually got to reprise the role in recently.
Was it in
Doctor
Redacted?
Who Redacted, yes.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And so yeah, it's you know that
It'd
entire
be so nice to see Sally Sparrow and him come back because he says it's his favorite character he's ever done.
well
Fucking bring him back to the show, man. I want to see that again.
they can't do that, but that's another matter. And with they didn't end up together, guys. I'm sorry to be the one to reveal this to you, but their relationship.
Yeah, he was in the game as well.
He was? Was it the Lonely Assassin?
I can't
Yes, it was.
remember which
Yes.
one.
Yeah, the Lonely Assassins.
I just remember him posting on Instagram or Twitter for a Doctor Who video of him playing.
It was the phone game.
None of us played it. No one played that.
No one played it. Much
No.
like Edge of what is it, Reality or Time, the VR game. No one played it.
Voices, Babel Voices. Oh, okay.
His agency.
Yep. Nice to know what you're up to, Finley.
Jimmy
Also-
wants you back.
We do, but well, I'm not going to spoil anything. You should give Redacted a chance. Everybody should give Redacted a chance. It's really in love with the RTD era, which we all love it too. So yeah. And good morning to you too, RTD, which this was a few days ago, but yeah. TARDIS.
No, I put that in there because I can't remember. That TARDIS looks a little different, doesn't it?
I think it's just the lighting in the green screen.
No, it's looking a bit RTD era TARDIS.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, a little bit. That color's very RTD era TARDIS.
The top part, the very top is definitely just the 13th normal.
Yeah,
But it just looks a little different.
it's
like,
13th
I remember
normal.
looking at this photo on my phone, and the blue looks
the sign
like
at the top. The sign at the top is smaller. It's definitely not 13. It's definitely not RTD. But the color is RTD era.
Yeah.
Like, definitely.
so
New TARDIS, mix of everything.
Maybe that's what it is. It's going to be changing slightly whenever Shooty gets it. So
The TARDIS changes to like different eras.
I mean, they did that in the 50th.
kind of just does
And then
that.
it kind of converged.
Yeah. But then we had all three at the end.
That's right. We could
That's
compare.
what converge means.
This one looks really beat up. This one looks still beat up, but different. And then blue.
Blue. It's a blue. And that's the logo on it.
It is the logo. But
Alright,
yeah,
we got one more thing.
one last thing. Barbie. The new. Let's get a close look at these bad boys. The Barbie AI. It's the cutest things.
Oh, look at that Dalek. It can't possibly be a genocidal xenophobe.
I'm pulling up that one whenever we get to it because I need to see it in the big screen and all that.
Oh, yep.
The look at the lips.
Oh god.
And it's
I love how
big.
the one at the back is like perfect, and then just the one at the front is just like, yeah, it's the RTD era one, just with lips added to the top above where the nose would be, and another nose as well. Jesus Christ.
Let's see.
Terrifying.
Weeping angels. That it can't decide if it.
It wants to be real or not. Yeah. Now this last one though. This last one. Put it up. Put the last one up. The ideal male figure. That is the true Ken. Ryan Gosling wishes he looked like that. Love how just the AI decided, oh yeah, the armor is just the actual body.
The Kentarin.
It's actually that bad. Jimmy, this is what you should strive to look like. That is hot right there.
And then I'm pulling this up.
Did I ever tell you, speaking of Centaurans, did I ever tell you about the time where I interacted with Dave Bautista?
No,
No, it was on Twitter, and some like little girl posted a side by side of Dave Bautista and a Centauran. It was like, you guys look the same. And then Dave Bautista was like, I can't believe you just said this. I've never been more upset. And so I replied like, Jesus, hey, that's cool. She has really good taste in WWE's. She has very good taste in TV shows and WWE Centaurans. And he replied, going, "Yeah, you're not making this better, dude."
So you're now branching out from embarrassing yourselves with showrunners.
the actors.
I don't know what you're talking about. I thought that was dope. Not even him trying to do anything.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. We made it to almost half an hour with the barely anything of the news.
Yeah.
I did love that I got
not,
to make
RTD feeding us enough.
I did love that I got to make the thumbnail this week all about Daleks because I love Daleks. And so, but still, yeah.
Now, Jimmy, do you want to lead us into our discussion?
No.
Yes, because you're in charge.
We're going to be talking about is it top 5?
Top 5?
Yep, we'll go top 5.
Best Dalek episodes in Doctor Who. We're talking about live action. We're not going to be talking about like a Big Finish
Audio,
or
comic
comics
book,
or whatever.
novels, fan fiction.
Though I would say, and it probably would be on the list if I could really remember it, the animated adaptations of the Second Doctor's stories, they're the only ones that exist. So they count, but I'm going to say they're not on my list because I really can't remember them. I need to rewatch them.
Cool. So we're going to start with Oz Chris.
No, we're not.
Too late.
All right. Okay. In no particular order, my top 5 of Dalek stories, I've got on here Remembrance, just to piss off Jimmy.
Are you going from 5 and up?
I said in no particular order. There's one that I would definitely say is number 1, but for the others, I can't really.
All right. Then tell us the others and then give us your number 1.
Yep. So.
Wait, shouldn't we go around the horn? That's how we used to do this, Jimmy. Where's your enthusiasm?
Yeah.
I don't remember. Dude, like, I've been out of it for a
yeah,
bit.
so yeah. Okay. Let's just say, yep, number 5 is Remembrance of the Daleks. I really enjoy that story. I like it as a possible end for the Daleks. I like the whole Civil War aspect of them. The Doctor playing both sides against one another. It's great. Pixel.
So my number 5, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to say that Remembrance is going to come up later. But for number 5, I actually put Asylum of the Daleks. I love the Dalek Asylum. I love the broken down Daleks trying to come to life whenever the Doctor is forced to invade down there.
Number 5?
It's 5, yes.
All right, I got to switch mine up.
It's not on my list.
It's number 5 because I really like what the Daleks do. That is different. I mean, you have the humans that have their little that come out, but the body horror elements that come to specifically Clara in this story, our introduction of her, she has been transformed into a Dalek, and so she's in her own mind thinking to cope with a situation that she's just living inside of a ship. Oh, come rescue me. And that whole element, that Dalek walked in the white room and all of that, I love it.
I do really like the body horror with it too, because like those dead bodies that come back to life and like the thing, the head comes out of their face. I love that. It was my number 5. But thinking about it, I'd have to actually switch it up. Thinking about it, I'm probably going to drop it down to 6. And before I get into my number 5, Landry says, it seems like there are way more Dalek appearances in New Who than there are in the original series. Appearances, maybe. But if we're counting stories, I think Classic Who has it. Isn't that right?
Ooh, actually, hang on. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 for Classic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 for New.
Really?
But I would say some of them I would not count as Dalek stories. Like The Power of the Doctor.
That's not a Dalek story. Neither is the Pandorica Opens.
That's not counted. That's counted as
yes, it is.
That's counted.
Yes,
that's
it is.
counted as minor. That's not counted as a Dalek story. Just going to Wikipedia, it's counted
the
as a
Big
minor
Bang
appearance.
is a Dalek story.
How?
The main villain of that entire episode was a single Dalek. Yes.
That doesn't make it a Dalek story.
That episode, yes.
The Daleks were there. They get a participation trophy.
The Dalek shot the Doctor. It was chasing them throughout that entire last episode.
it appeared in it. It wasn't the main thing. It wasn't like, oh, this is our main side quest. It was just something that was there that remained.
It's counted as a minor appearance, not as a Dalek story.
Okay, then no one made a fucking chart about appearances or Dalek story or whatever.
Here.
If it showed up for a majority of the time, I counted it.
It's not a majority of the time, though.
No, we didn't discuss this beforehand, guys. I gotta rethink my shit now.
It should be common. It should be obvious what is a Dalek story and what isn't. That's not a Dalek story. Yes, a Dalek is a villain in that story, but it's not a
He's
Dalek
like the
story.
only villain in that story.
Because the world was falling apart. The Daleks.
I'm sorry. Does it change the fact that it's still the only villain in that episode?
You can bring chaos, but you can also you know. I did send a link if you feel like you have the time, and we have the beer, Miller beer.
Screw you, Landry. Get out of here. I don't care. I'm just gonna say my list. I don't give a shit what you guys say. Number 5.
Oh, he's booked up with work tonight, but maybe next week. So I'll let you know at the end when we roll. Yeah. So you're number 5, Jimmy.
Resurrection of the Daleks.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Okay.
It's my favorite classic Dalek story. Probably the one Peter Davison episode that made me think, that really solidified him as a really good doctor to me. Like, not just like it showed what he can do, and I loved it. I really liked that episode a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll stick with Resurrection.
I am. Well, that leads into my number 4, which is Resurrection of the Daleks.
Yeah,
it's great. It's a really good 5th Doctor story, and companion departure story, showing like how far the Doctor goes that can push people away from him. Absolutely love everything about Resurrection of the Daleks. So yeah, number 4 for me. Well, Landry's got his list here. If someone wants to read it out.
Landry said number 1. Sorry, I'll go back. 5, Dalek. Dalek's at your number 5. Okay. Number 4, Remembrance. Dalek is below Remembrance of the Dalek.
Yeah.
Army of Ghosts, they're not until the end.
And it's below Army of Ghosts. Dude, what is happening?
We should have listed it off as we went around, because we're on number 4 right now.
Yeah.
Number 2, Bad Wolf. I can understand that. And number 1, Genesis. Another one I can understand. So that's a subpar list, Landry.
I don't think it's...
All right. Pixel number 4.
My number 4 is actually... It's just my list grew.
All right. Before you say it, Landry's saying he's counting Army as the 2-parter.
Okay.
Because I was going to say, the Daleks don't appear until literally the end of Army of Ghosts.
So,
all right.
I just have to say, we'll save honorable mentions until we get to number 1.
Yep.
So, number 4 is actually Into the Dalek. Don't be lasagna. I love the episode, despite the weird, we're going to go inside. There always seems to be that one episode where you have to go inside the living thing to go ahead and try to interact with it. But that was fun, getting to be throughout it like it was just a ship. But I love Rusty, which is the name that he ends up coming up with, who is trying to be good, who thinks that, oh, my brain is... it's different, and the Doctor tries to get through to him at the end, and it starts to get him back to his old self, but it twists to being the opposite. He's a Dalek of the Daleks. And that line that comes up in the episode, actually, Dalek, you would make a good Dalek, it comes up again, and it has the same impact for me. I think this is a really solid Dalek episode that really looks into their relationship. The doctors with.
Can I ask one thing?
Yeah.
Is this the single? Is this Dalek on your list higher? Just say yes or no. Yes or no.
I didn't put Dalek on my list.
Okay, so you liked the amateur reproduction of it by Stephen Moffat more than the original one, Dalek. When they had more of a weight,
is also
when they had more weight coming back to the show.
But Dalek is just a reproduction of Jubilee that Big Finish did 2 years earlier, 3 years earlier.
Who cares?
I mean,
we didn't see it in the main show because we haven't seen the Daleks since the show was canceled. Hadn't seen them, and then when they come back, the power of this single episode it brought. And you're telling me Into the Daleks better because it's the same thing. You would make a good Dalek. It doesn't work as well as it was in the Dalek.
But I like the writer of Jubilee. Well, isn't the writer of Jubilee the writer of Dalek? It's the same guy. Yeah, it's the same guy. So I am simply saying that obviously the stories have their similarities, but I really do.
You like number 3 better than number 2 or 1?
I mean, I'm just putting it on my list.
You Moffat fanboy.
If I were to rewatch an episode, if I were to rewatch an episode, I would put on Into the Dalek before I would put on Dalek.
You want to read what Landry just said? Pixel.
Fair point, Pixel. But otherwise, Jimmy is right. Oh God, the words hurt.
It sounds great coming from Pixel too.
Huh?
It sounds great hearing those words coming out of your mouth.
Ha ha ha. Anyway, yeah. So my number 4 is
Landry. Are you actually leaving though?
Into the Dalek.
If so, see you later, bro.
Yep. So number 3, Jimmy.
You mean 4?
Huh?
4?
Oh, you didn't do number 4 yet? No, he starts. Sorry about that. And number 5 and number 4 for Ishan in this order: Dalek, Destiny of the Daleks.
Oh, Destiny above Dalek? Oh, I can't accept that. I can't accept Destiny on anyone's list, actually.
All right, see you later, Landry.
See you, Landry.
It was good hearing from you.
All right, go ahead,
Destiny
Jimmy.
Is number 4 really, dude?
Above Dalek.
That hurts. Okay. Number 4 is Stolen Earth and Journey's End. It's literally Endgame before Endgame. So how could you not like it? It's such a good episode.
On your left,
it's like the it's the culmination of since the very first season that they were leading up to with the Daleks. It's fantastic.
So Chris and I were talking about this beforehand. And that is a really good episode. You're right. But if you're going to look at the real bad guy of it, the real villain of the story, it leans more towards Davros, his return, he's taking control.
Man, that's crazy.
If only he was like when we were talking about
if only he was like a Dalek or the creator of the Daleks. If only.
There's a difference.
Dude, he's part Dalek himself.
He's not part Dalek. I mean, he's Khaled, so I mean, technically, but it's still he's different.
He is different, but he's still part. That's why I said part.
Anyway,
what did he use to make the Daleks? He used himself.
What?
He used himself.
No, that's when he was
to make
recreating them.
That was when he was recreating them because he was using his DNA.
Right.
But,
so that means he's part Dalek because now the Daleks
Daleks are part
his
him.
DNA.
No, the Daleks. That's not how it works. The Daleks are part him, not the other way around.
It still connects. It still works like that.
I need to hear this, Sean. So please write it down while we're talking. Jimmy reminded you of the reasons that you don't like Dalek, I just want to hear them.
I don't.
If
Yeah.
the main reason being Jubilee is better, that's acceptable because Jubilee is much better.
Okay.
All
But
right, number 3.
yes.
Number
Tres.
3. Uno, dos, tres. We're on to tres now. Number 3 for me is I would put, even though I kind of count it more as a Davros Doctor story, I would say Genesis of the Daleks at number 3.
Okay.
It is a great origin story for the Dalek. It's a great moral situation for the Doctor, and introducing us to the mind behind who could create something that is so evil.
Mhm.
Davros. It's great. But yes, I'd say it's more of a Davros story, but it's still a good Dalek story regardless.
Chris,
Pixel?
I agree.
Looking back and forth all throughout his conversation.
Genesis was either well, depending on how you guys see my next number 3.
So
Genesis would be my 6 or 7.
I'm going to say that I'm going all the way back. The Daleks, the original story that brings them into the fold of Doctor Who, them actually exploring aliens for the first time to branch out of just, well, what they wanted to do.
Which was just history. Yeah.
They wanted to do history and, the future can be about science. No, let's have fun. The Daleks would be my number 3.
And
I thought about putting that on my list, but it didn't make it. Number 3. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. This is where the fight begins. Pandorica opens Big Bang.
You're okay, Jimmy. It's not a Dalek episode. They're one of the enemies that locks the Doctor in the box. Sure.
In the first part.
Yeah, but they're one of, and then one Dalek comes into the next episode. But it's
okay. Hear me out. So you'll accept Army of Ghosts and Doomsday, but you won't accept Big Bang? Pandora opens?
Yes, because the Daleks fight against.
That's because Army of Ghosts leads into the Daleks being the main threat.
Yeah, it's a 2-parter.
Doomsday. It's a 2-parter.
Yeah.
Whereas Pandorica opens Big Bang is more about the end of the universe.
Yeah, the Dalek in the Dalek in this story has as much impact as the Dalek in the pilot.
Wait, say that again.
The Dalek in
in the pilot. Okay, I see.
In the pilot,
not true.
Yes, it's very true. Other than River Song making it beg for mercy.
Literally, the Dalek was chasing it the entire time.
It wasn't the entire time.
In Big Bang, yes, it was.
There's no.
Since the very beginning, when the Pandorica opened and it was revealed to be Amy, there was always Daleks there, and they were going to be the main threat of that episode. The Big Bang episode, the trying to save the universe, was just a plot device. The Daleks were the main threat because if the Dalek wasn't there, they would have been able to solve it way quicker.
Hey, Josh.
Main enemy.
Hey, Josh.
I will agree that the Dalek in the Big Bang is a threat.
The stone.
But I think that the whole end of the universe is more of a threat.
Yeah, that's the bigger element.
Yes. Actually, it could be argued the other way around, actually. It could be, because if the Dalek was not there, they would have been able to solve it. But since the Dalek is there, it makes the destruction of the universe 10 times worse because you got other people trying to stop them. And you don't. It's like a ticking clock sort of thing.
Again, yes and no.
So the Dalek in this is basically like the people from Burn With Me from 42.
Yes and no.
That's the same
I
thing.
still wouldn't say the Big Bang is a Dalek story.
It's not a Dalek story, but it did give
It's
us
my number
just
3.
like the wooden Cybermen and the Time of the Doctor. We
Yeah,
have
Time of the
stone
Doctor, my
Dalek.
favorite Cyberman story.
Jimmy's brain is a wonder. It works in mysterious ways.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So what are we? We're on 2 now. We're almost there. We're in the silver medal, the participation trophy.
I fucking
Yep.
hate this show.
All right, number 2. My number 2 for best Dalek stories. Pix already said it. The Daleks. The first one, our introduction to them. Great introduction to one of the most iconic enemies of the Doctor. Pix has already said it. I agree with him there.
That's perfect. My number 2 is Remembrance of the Daleks. I think that it's truly one of the. What the fuck is with your eyes? Remembrance of the Daleks. It has the 7th Doctor at really his best. Ace with the baseball bat. I'm not talking about Grace. Go down. The Daleks are great in it too, Sean. Yes, and it's a civil war with what you think is the big Dalek. You have that creepy little girl that runs around. And yeah, the Civil War. I love a Dalek Civil War. Who doesn't? I was going to save this, but Revolution of the Daleks. That is Chibnall's second Dalek story. I don't think it's a great one, but one of the elements that I love is that it has Daleks fighting Daleks. That's one of the best parts. And I mean, Juggernaut's a big Finnish story. It has that too. Mostly because they're worried about. No, that was the Mechanoids. He transformed the Mechanoids. My bad.
Daleks, yeah. I was going to say,
yeah.
no, there was no Dalek Civil War in the Juggernauts. That's
right. The Dalek Civil War is remembrance. Sorry, when Davros creates things, I just think Dalek. But anyway, Remembrance is my number 2. Jimmy?
I have to disagree. I do like
so
Remembrance.
much.
I would not put it in the top 3.
Oh my!
I was somewhat questioning putting it in the top 5, but it's one that I clearly remember always, so that's why it's in my top 5. So, but number 2,
I just hate it.
I'm still surprised that Sean put Destiny above Dalek.
I'm sitting in there.
All right, silver medal, Jimmy, number 2. Oh, I accidentally flipped you off. There we go. Peace.
Dalek is my number 2.
Dalek's your number 2.
There's just so much in this one episode, emotionally, just thinking about it too. From like you haven't seen the Daleks in so long. I've already talked about this, and then we knew since they were like his arch nemesis, there had to be an impact just to show how dangerous they are. People forget because they were kind of sullied down, like in Remembrance. They could beat them up with the baseball bat. That we had to show them with their true power, and they did that. And how did they do that? They made it so everyone almost dies because of one Dalek. Beautiful, and especially at the end, he goes, "You would have made a good Dalek," the good version of that. And it was so emotional too, because even then, like. Rose even kind of mentioned that too. She goes, "What are you turning into?" Like, it's such a powerful episode of Doctor Who. It's hard to top that. It's up there with some of the best episodes of Doctor Who ever in general. So that's why it's my number 2.
Okay. Yeah. No, I never said it was a bad episode. You have to understand, I love Daleks, and which is why when we're in this category that is on honorable mentions, I have to bring up Victory of the Daleks. I know it's not the most beloved, but I really love it, and I did consider putting it on this list because it is. I love the colors and all that. Okay, let's go ahead and explore a Dalek squad. that's going to be fighting the Doctor, and then it just does nothing with it because everybody complained about colors.
All right, Chris, you're number one. Now,
I thought
what we're
we
going
were
to do
doing
before...
I thought we're doing honorable mentions.
Oh, we are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So ones
But
that
real
we
quick,
wouldn't
real
put-
quick, real quick.
real
Before
quick.
you give out your number
yeah.
one, we're going to try to guess your number one.
Okay, but honorable mentions first.
I know.
Yes.
I'm saying after.
Okay.
After, yes.
Jesus.
After. Okay, honorable mentions I'd give to Into the Dalek and Revelation of the Daleks. Revelation is, of that season, best Sixth Doctor story of that season because a lot of the episodes just weren't that good. But as a, turning people into Daleks, like robbing graves, turning them into Daleks, creepy. Just, the body horror of someone becoming a Dalek and actually seeing it happen in this glass case. It's great. And Into the Dalek, oh so good. Different reasons, but oh so good. I did like Into the Dalek.
No Love for Asylum.
No, I don't. It's a solid episode, but the fact that the Daleks are just like, oh yeah, we hate anything that's different, so we kill it, except for these Daleks because we love hatred is beautiful, so we have to keep them alive. It's like, no, Daleks hate anything that isn't a Dalek, even other Daleks.
That's why they destroyed the planet at the end.
Yeah, at the end, why didn't they just fucking do it from the get-go?
There was a reason. There was a reason why they had it in place, and then they had
even the concept,
go in.
the concept of them making an asylum for Daleks that are damaged or broken. It's like, well, they don't need a use for them anymore. They would just kill them.
I need to rewatch them because I think there was something a little more, but
their reasoning was, well, they can't destroy it from the get-go because S.H.I.E.L.D. and because they don't want to kill them because hatred is beautiful. It's like, okay, sure, but if these were actual Daleks, they would have just killed them before even sending them to an asylum.
Yeah. I have to...
Oh no, you have a broken metaphorical leg. You're not a Dalek anymore.
Eggs.
Jimmy, did you have any honorable mentions?
Yes. Genesis, Day of the Doctor, Dalek Invasion of Earth, and Magician's Apprentice, which is familiar.
Yep, pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Now we're in the gold medal, where it actually matters. Now, can you guess my number one?
New Who or Classic Who?
Guess. Doctor Who. There we go.
Man.
I'm trying to remember all you said. I'm not gonna lie.
Do you want me to read out my list again? Okay,
sure.
From 5 to 2, Remembrance, Resurrection, Genesis, the Daleks.
I'll say Dalek Invasion of Earth is yours.
Pixel?
I'm not sure it's Dalek Invasion of Earth. I'm not. But I don't.
Bad Wolf Parting of the Ways.
And I only know because we talked about it before. We don't remember it enough that it can't be Evil of the Daleks. So yeah. I'm gonna go with Jimmy for once. Dalek Invasion of Earth.
Nope.
Okay. What is it?
It is my number one, and we've talked about it already. Dalek.
Oh, I thought you said that earlier. My bad.
I thought you said it earlier too.
No, I didn't.
No, you were just supporting.
I said the Daleks, which was their first ever. I'm talking about Dalek, the New Who reintroduction.
Okay.
One of the best Dalek stories. See, RTD approached it in both ways, as someone that is new to the show and someone that is a classic fan. He did it in the best way with Dalek. If you're a classic fan, you know the Daleks. You know how much of a threat they are and how much the Doctor hates them. But if you don't know, if you were like me, just going into the series and you don't know about the Daleks, about this history, RTD does a great job of it already with how the Ninth Doctor reacts to it. Just from Christopher Eccleston's performance, you get the understanding of like what a Dalek is and how much he hates them. He just absolutely loathes their existence. And just this one Dalek, just by itself, taking out all these people and then making the Doctor question, like, what have I become? Like, trying to erase this Dalek, this last reminder of the biggest, like, the worst day in my existence. And so I think it's one of the best Dalek stories. And obviously, honorable mention to the source, which is Jubilee, which if we counted everything, I'd probably put this on the same as Jubilee. But yes, Dalek is my number one favorite best Dalek story.
I can't argue with that. It was my number one for a bit until I thought about what was next. But yeah, I can't argue. It's just
which means that Robert Sherman gets all the credit.
Yes. All right, now, Jimmy, we have to guess Pixels.
Go ahead.
What would Pixel put as number one?
Take a guess.
Because he's made some very weird choices.
Magician's Apprentice, which is familiar.
I was going to say that too.
Really?
Is it New Who?
Really? No.
It's a classic.
Oh, then Dalek Invasion of Earth.
Let me get my classic list here. It's definitely not Destiny. It can't be Dalek's Master Plan because no one's watched that. No one can't. We can't watch it. It doesn't exist. Yeah, I'm going Magician's Apprentice, which is familiar.
Okay, you're both wrong because it's classic, and like we said before, that story is more important to Davros. Davros and 12, their relationship in there, that's the focus. The Daleks are there, and all the Daleks are there, which is nice, but the main focus is that. Missy with Clara, yeah. It's not Genesis. I have to admit, I like Genesis of the Daleks a lot. I love it as an origin story, but for the Daleks that don't even come into the fourth episode, that's a slight exaggeration.
That's also Day of the Doctor. I mean, Day of the Daleks.
My number one story is actually The Chase.
Oh.
The Chase has the Daleks chasing the.
All right, hold up. That has to be a sixth or seventh Doctor story.
No, it's one.
First.
It's like their third story.
Yeah,
I don't remember that.
Yes,
Mechanoids are also in this story.
I kind of picked through the first Doctor. I had a hard time watching the first Doctor.
It's so exciting, which in that era can be a little hard to do when you have stories that go on for so many episodes. I think The Chase is one of the best examples of the Daleks are chasing us for our lives. We are running from them. And obviously they do get their asses handed to them by the Mechanoids, but still, even with that, the Dalek element of that story is really, really great.
Yeah, and also the Daleks are evolving as a threat. Now they have time travel. Now they can just follow the Doctor wherever.
I'm trying to remember which one. Is it the one before that has?
That's Invasion.
Okay, yeah, but no, The Chase is my one out of all the stories that I can think back on. That one had me so excited with something that initially I did struggle with watching the first Doctor. So to have that is a rare moment, and it's why it's the top of my list.
Yeah, I agree with Ishan. I completely forgot about The Chase, and that's because when it comes to First Doctor and Daleks, your go-tos are always like the Daleks, Invasion, or Master Plan, because they're the most notable Dalek stories for the First Doctor. You always forget, The Chase is a Dalek story. That's right.
And at the end, Ian and Barbara go home, I'm pretty sure, right?
Oh yeah, it's the first. Oh no, the second companion departure.
Yeah. You have to let them go home. Yes, you're right.
Took him.
London, 1969. 65, whatever
All
it was.
right, before we get to Jimmy's, Ashan has now revised their list. So, Destiny at number 5, The Chase at 4, The Power of the Daleks at 3, The Magician's Apprentice, which is familiar, at 2, and then Remembrance at 1. I can't agree with Remembrance at 1.
I have a hard time with that entire list.
But I'm glad that I reminded
Power is
people.
Troughton's debut, Jimmy.
I know. I'm just saying
Yeah.
I have a problem with that entire list.
I have a
Power
problem with at
was
least 2
like
of them.
Power. I think was like 12 on my list, and I just got rid of. I literally wrote them all out, like all of them. I got rid of them one by one.
I recall watching them when they came out. The new, oh look, it's the animated versions because we don't have all the footage and blah blah blah, but we have audio tracks. And I remember watching them, but they're like barely there. I need to rewatch.
Yeah, I have it back there somewhere. I don't think I've opened it. Jimmy having a problem with my title list is a compliment. All right.
So
Jimmy's number 1. We have to guess it, Pixel. You said
Classic or
Dalek
new?
already, haven't you? So it can't be Dalek.
Yeah, it's number 2.
That's number 2.
Is it classic or new?
Shit. Is it classic?
New.
It's new. A new one that's number 1. You've already said Stolen Earth.
Yep.
Is it Bad Wolf Parting of the Ways?
You guessed it.
Oh, that was easy. All right, yeah.
This was
That's really good. That's a good one.
This was everything I could have ever wanted. It's a regeneration story. It's also, if you think about it, this is I don't know how to put it. This is Day of the Doctor put into like before Day of the Doctor was the idea with like the button and like the consciousness or whatever, the moment.
Yeah.
This was that moment when he's about to kill everything again for a second time, even though he knows there's probably something else you could do. And then when he gets to that moment, he really decides, I can't do this again. I can't put myself through it again. And he goes, coward, any day. That specific line is one of my favorite lines in the entirety of Doctor Who, because it really just shows like how well it was written, how great Christopher Eccleston was in his one season. And it also allowed the fans, like when I first watched it, it was when it first came out. So it allowed new fans like me, when I first watched it, to say goodbye to the character you love so much and welcome in a new one. That was the first taste of a bittersweet goodbye. And yeah, that's why I love it so much. And the Daleks just working their way slowly up, killing everything. That's awesome. And the also the Bad Wolf part too. I mean, you finally figured out what that was.
Nice. Yes. Yeah. Actually, yeah. Now that you think of it, I'd actually put that as an honorable mention as well. That's a good one. That is a really good one, especially if you didn't see like the trailers and whatever. The surprise that the Daleks were back again in the finale.
Yeah.
Really good. Yep. Chris Eccleston, amazing performance, especially in Parting of the Ways. Yeah, that moment. Yep. Coward.
It's also the best regeneration episode in my opinion. Like nothing beats it. Like how can you beat Bad Wolf? Like what's a regeneration story that beats that? Like you have a hard time with like what? End of Time?
End of Time.
Very great.
Caves of Androzani.
See, even End of Time comes close, but I still think Bad Wolf beats it out.
Also, I think Time of the Doctor is really, really good. Like the fight for what 1,000 years
Shut up, Pixel.
on one planet.
Shut
That's
up.
the Doctor. It's great, and I know that people aren't the biggest fans of Twice Upon a Time, but I love it. I really do. I love it.
Yeah.
I would say that since you mentioned like Day of the Doctor and like the whole moment pushing it, like the novel actually recontextualizes the Ninth Doctor's decision. Like when the War Doctor is seeing like his future, one of it is he sees that moment and he realizes what he does in the Time War will dictate what the Ninth Doctor does. And the Ninth Doctor's like, yep, the Doctor is now again pushing a button, about to kill everything to stop the Daleks. But this time he says no, because of what the War Doctor did.
Hey, Pixel, Connor said something. Can you put it up on the screen?
Connor, Jimmy, thing on.
No way of End of Time is better.
Nope.
No, sorry, I didn't hear you. What did you say, Pixel? What?
I'm not saying it again.
See, I'd
Thanks,
put them
Connor.
on the. I would, for me, I'd put them as equal. They're both for Nuhu or in whole. I'd say they're the best regeneration stories. Equal. I wouldn't say one is better than the other. And because it's like watching Doctor Who for the first time, it's like with Parting of the Ways, it's like, whoa, what the hell is going? What's this? The fuck? We got like a new person as the Doctor. That's amazing. And with End of Time, it was more of a personal.
You know,
David.
No,
was
hold
my
on. No, I say okay. The actual regeneration part, though, is better in End of Time. Like the ending to End of Time is good, but if we're talking about the entirety of the story, then you got Bad Ways and Parting of the Bad Wolf and Parting of the Ways is still the best.
the War Games is really fantastic. Oh my
That's a
god.
good one.
Sean, thank you for reminding me. War Games is the best. I'm sorry. War Games.
I put it 3.
No, I gotta say.
I wasn't a fan of the regeneration, the 3, 4, like going around a different
The
I didn't like
effect.
that. Yeah.
I mean, the effect isn't really about the regeneration itself. It's about falling. And then we have Beyond War Games, which
There's a difference, though. That was a 5-hour story culminating in his regeneration. This one had 2 episodes, which was just an hour 45, and it was done. Hour and a half.
So
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think length has to do with story quality, because I was about.
No, there was just so he had more time to say goodbye, though.
Speaking of regeneration stories, Colin Baker actually got his like full-on regeneration story in Big Finish. So I mean,
And in this.
well, I don't know about it in that. I only know about the one that I listened to.
It is. This was his first one.
His first regeneration story.
Yep.
How is it?
I haven't got to it yet.
Okay. That's it. But yeah, no, I think War Games is number 1 in regeneration stories. But that's a different topic for another day.
Chris, have you listened to The Artist of the End of Time? Yes. Pixel and I have. There'll be a review on it sometime this week.
Yes. I'm going to send him the video.
Because I'm going to be away for 3 days, so...
Oof.
So am I.
Well,
Yeah.
I should have it finished processing soon. I should be able to send it after this. So
I'm going to Seattle, baby.
Seattle.
Hopefully this time I don't get diarrhea.
Are you going to be sleepless?
Oh.
Oh, I'm a riot, aren't I? All right, Pixel, calm down. It wasn't that good.
I think Pixel was actually laughing. That's the thing.
please end this.
Thank you so much for watching. We will see you next week on Man with the Box. Have a good one, and Geronimo.
Alonzi.